This video is all about Speedwell Cavern.
Right. I'll buy a ticket, please.
Here is a little preview.
So make sure to congratulate him. And also,
I hope you like it.
no. So Nigel is actually part of our prisoners rehabilitation scheme that we run down here. He's on his first day released from prison today, and I can't actually tell you what he did for legal reasons and stuff like that. I've also never seen a boat go down there before. But anyway, enjoy the rest of your tour, guys, and see you later.
If you like it, please watch the rest of the video, please. Please press the subscribe button and the thumbs up button. Going to buy our tickets.
Right. I'll buy a ticket, please.
Of course. What's the... And how old's little fella?
How old are you, Logan?
4. You're 4, are you? Look at that.
It's 5 in 2 days.
Thank you. £3.50, I'll just write your ticket.
I'm setting up in about 2 or 3 minutes, okay?
I was so excited to go down the cave. Putting the parking ticket in the car.
Want to grab a blue helmet? There is a dial at the back if you want to just adjust it.
Everyone putting their helmets on. But I didn't need one because I was small.
Good morning everybody, welcome to Speedwell. My name's Nigel and I'm going to be the tour guide who's going to take you down to the cave. Behind that steel door is 106 wet stairs. They're not all the same shape and size and they may be a little bit wet and slippy, so please use the handrail as you make your way down. As you make your way down to the boat, the cave does get lower, so please watch your head. Okay, anyone claustrophobic? Not that you know of. Alright, we'll find out when we get around here. You okay? Let's make our way down then.
Walking down the 106 steps. It took me ages to walk down. I love the woods. Finally at the bottom of the steps. Time to get on the boat.
Okay, so you're going to be on that left side.
or the one behind us.
It's over to you.
I'm not gonna do much talking, so you can hear the tour guide Nigel. Enjoy the video.
Little bit, yeah.
So welcome on board the Titanic. This boat weighs 2 tonnes, it's 17 foot long, and we are about roughly 20 metres under the ground now. Very soon we will be 200 metres under the ground. There will be another boat coming towards us, but as you can see by the archway, it is quite low. So for the first couple of minutes you will have to duck your head, except for the little man at the back, which is fine. Okay. No one's claustrophobic now? No? You're okay? Okay at the back? Yep. Okay, let's go. For those of you at the back, this is actually my last tour forever. I actually retired today, so I will bring you back out, I promise.
And we are off.
Yes. Just watch your head as we go through here. I'll start the bit of the tour once we get through this bit here.
Is this our pulley system?
No, we are actually, the water's taking the all the way down to the cave. I have a motor on the other end which I steer on the way back to get it back up here. It's fine. You will get out.
I've been in here before.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, about 10 years ago.
Right. Can you remember anything of it?
This bit? Yeah, I lost my sunglasses. I did what you told us not to and looked over the edge a little bit and then slipped straight off and went.
Alright. So, any of you know where we are? The answer is no. So what you're actually telling me is that you've just spent an extortionate amount of money coming into a dark, wet, dingy cave with a guy you've only just been introduced to, and you actually have no idea where you're going. Is that about right?
Yeah, right.
Well, you're actually in the working of an old 18th century mine. The mine opened in 1771 and was in production for just 20 years. A group of men from over in the Staffordshire borders decided to approach the Duke of Devonshire and ask if they could actually open the mine. They had no idea what they were looking for, and even if they found anything, it was going to be potluck. But it cost them £11,000 to do it. In today's money, that's a loss. Once they closed the doors here 20 years later, all they actually took out of here was just £3,000 worth of lead. In today's money, that's a loss of about £7 million. So, not the best idea ever.
No.
This tunnel is half a mile long, and it does actually join on to a system of caves which goes down to our other cave in the village called Speedwell Cavern. You may have heard about it.
Yeah.
Now, from outside the shop you can be there in about 15 minutes in their car park. This way, I don't expect you to be anywhere near the end of their cave, well, within at least the next 4.5 hours. That's how long it will take you to get there. I will show it you when we get into the cave. If you look into the walls of the cave as we're making our way down, you will see long cylindrical markings embedded into the rock. They're actually called feather marks, and that's done by the hammer and chisels of the miners who are actually excavating the tunnel. Any circular holes that you will see on both sides of the rock, they're actually made by dynamite. The hole that you're just passing now I'm going to talk about on the way back. So you might see some holes there, they are. That's where the dynamite would be placed. One more there. Now you will probably hear that there is another boat coming up behind us. This is the last tour from yesterday. They haven't been fed, so don't please look at them in their eyes because they're looking a bit baby right now. We're actually going to move into a very small area which the miners call the halfway house. It's actually a place where the miners used to store all their equipment, but most of all one of their prized possessions, which was alcohol. Because in the village in the early 1700s, there used to be a retired doctor that used to sit in one of the pubs, and he used to tell the miners that the more alcohol they drink down here, the less chance they were going to die of lead poisoning. So they believed him, so that's what they carried on doing. So in a moment, you can see the other boats just coming up. We're actually going to just move into a small cave. It's very small, it's very low, so please watch your head. The water level in here at the moment is about 1.5 meters deep. Not mega deep.
Yeah, there will be.
Yes.
So probably gone all the way through there. Yeah. Spell it.
Yeah. No, that's just the octopus on the water. It's really the octopus, you don't really have to be worried about it. It's a shark that comes up there. Hello.
Right guys, you enjoying your tour over there?
I don't know if you want, you want me to video.
That's great. No, it's actually a big day for Nigel. It's actually his last day ever working here today, so make sure to congratulate him. And also, I'm not sure if he's told you yet. Has he told you? No?
No.
So Nigel is actually part of our prisoners rehabilitation scheme that we run down here. He's on his first day released from prison today. And I can't actually tell you what he did for legal reasons and stuff like that. I've also never seen a boat go down there before. But anyway, enjoy the rest of your tour, guys. See you later.
Okay. Yeah. So we are going to use our hands now, and we're literally going to pull ourselves out backwards. So put your hands onto the boat, just nice and gently, just push back.
You drive. Push.
But this is the storage area that was made for the miners.
Push. Keep doing it. Love it.
The boat will probably hit the back of the wall unless we're clever enough to turn the boat. There you go. You'd like to pick up a little boy that's from Castleton, which is facing. So that literally was the storage area. It was called the halfway house, which didn't indicate the fact that we are actually halfway down. We're only a third of the way down the tunnel. It just was named by the miners as one of their favourite pubs. We're now 100 metres below the ground. The archway that we're just now coming under is called the Long Cliff Vein. And when the miners were working down here, the shaft, which is above my head now, which is above yours in a second, was always open to the elements. So it gave the miners two precious things. Would you like to have a guess what you think they might be?
Clean air.
Yeah. And?
Sunlight.
No, you don't get much down. Imagine the weather changes.
Water.
So if the weather changed day to day while they were down here, the amount of water that would come through the shaft would actually come into here. And as you see, the boat at the moment is quite low, but we do regularly have floods in here. And most of the time when the water floods in here, when the miners were in here, the average height for the water in here would be about here. Even though the miners were in here with very, very small boats, they literally had to contain a lot of the water all the time. As you look into the roof and the walls, you'll notice how the markings are getting more and more intense. Yeah. When we actually get down to the cave in a minute, you'll actually see them really, really encrusted into the side of the boat. Inside the cave, where I'm going to stop in a moment, there are two things in there. one I can physically show you, the second I can only point out to you, because the second one is only allowed entrance by professional cavers. The lake that you will see over the railing once we get into the cave is the deepest underground lake in the United Kingdom. It's 92 metres deep. That's below where we are. And inside the entrance to the cave is the entrance to Titan. Titan is the largest cave in the United Kingdom, which was found on January the 1st, 2001, and it's called Titan. Titan is 4 metres higher and wider than the London Eye. And that's why you need a professional to go down there. Anyone got any questions other than can I get off?
Are there any like cave systems here that have all been monitored or anything like that?
There's lots and lots that have been opened up, found. There's another cave in the middle. The cave, the divers and cavers that found Titan have actually found a new cave, and they're just in the middle of moving all the water out of it. So they can see it could be bigger than Titan.
Water level so high. How did they actually get through it? How did they deal with that?
Well, let's put it this way. While you were mining, the young lady here would literally be down here with, whether you were married, whether you were single, whether you were children, the wife, and all the females down here would be working down here. And their job would literally to lie down on the back of the boat, put their feet onto the back, kick the way through the cavern.
Oh wow, push the way through it.
Yeah. I'll give you a small demonstration as it's my last day. I promise if I fall in, it's all down to you guys, okay? This is what you'd be doing. Okay, that is called legging it.
Yeah.
So now I need a volunteer. And as the way two females on the boat, who's it going to be? Meeny, miny, moe. Okay, just let me know. I'm just getting in the cave now, mate. So that's how the ladies would move their way up and down this tunnel. 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. Most of the men working down here would be down here for 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. Just at the light there at the end of the tunnel, that's where the cave is. You're going to have about 8 minutes or so in there to let you have time to have a look around, take some photos, and I'll tell you a little bit about the country, and then we'll make our way back. Okay, folks, when you're ready, please make your way up the hill. So we're now 200 metres below the ground. The lake over the railing is the deepest underground lake in the UK. It's 92 metres deep. That is actually the flood line, and that's how high the water comes up. The water comes all the way through the tunnel here, all the way from Peak Cavern, all the way through along and past Nigel. You'll probably notice the two blue houses in the lake. Just a bit of a If you want to stand back up into the roof of the cave, you'll see some stalactites. And behind you, sir, on the floor, is a stalagmite. If you actually stand on it, you're going to get extremely wet with the warning. I thought there was a man standing on it. If you look up, you can see where the actual water's coming through the rock. So when the miners came in here, when they blasted their way through the hole, they had no idea that even this existed. So literally the only way that the children and the families could search for the lead was literally walk all the way around here. The ladder that you can see built into the wall was actually built by the miners so they could actually make their way up to the roof of the cave. This ladder is approximately 143 years old. These are the original runners and they're made of solid oak. It's called Galena in its first stage. It's like
It's that bluey circle.
like coal. Basically, it's like chunks. Once it's actually excavated and taken back to the surface, it's smelted down.
So were they here with like pickaxes or something
Yeah.
like that then?
Yeah, they had no electric, so it's
Awesome.
all done by hand. If you look onto the wall behind you, you actually see all the signatures of the men whilst they were working in here. That goes back to 1805. And you'll see more over here, all going all the way back to 1831 there, 1801 there. They're all signatures of the miners. There is, but it's not what they worked out over 200 people, or around about 200 people, died while constructing this mine. So it's made in 1771 when they actually, and it closed in the early 1800s. But because they'd lost so much money on the function, they actually owned it as choice. So everything in here is completely natural bar. The staircase that we climbed up and the platform that we built to actually work and land all that stuff on it. But without this, we would have gone straight down to the bottom and it was wasting time on it. So if you ever have one, have a look round, take the photo if you want. If you want a photo done together, I'm more than happy to do one as a reminder that you have to come down here. But it doesn't matter what you do.
Using the light from the GoPro for their photo. How long have you been doing
I've been
this?
working down here around about 4.5 to 5 years. So I think I know where I'm going, don't you? I'll bring you back, promise. Just anybody who gets from first or last, but please be aware when you get on board the boat, you don't hold on to this post on the top. And there's one way back now. Because it pushes the boat away. So when you get on, add a hold there at the start here, just do exactly what I do this time.
Go. Careful.
Okay, there you go, young man. There you go. That's it. Everybody on?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
On the way back, you will probably notice the fact that it's getting a little bit cooler. The reason being is that when the miners were working down here, they didn't actually realise that the limestone they were working in actually produces its own natural gas. This gas is radio and nuclear active, and this is why I'm telling you now on the way back. This gas is called radon, and this was what was actually killing the miners that were working down here at the time. Based on the car park, there is a massive big fan which actually circulates fresh air down the cave, which allows you to come down and visit the cave and for me to work down here. To give you an idea what it's like to be a miner with just a candle in your hand to see where you are going, this is where it's going to get a bit dark, but you'll drop your line. Anyway. So without that light being on, it would just prove to a point just how dark it is in here. That's it. Not a lot of light, is there? And that's how the miners would have had to spend up to 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. There you go. Whee-hee. Anybody want a job? Mine's going if you want it. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move up to the halfway house where there should be another boat in there waiting for us to pass, and then we'll guide back and make our way to the surface.
that the reflection of the water, or is it underneath the water?
That is actually water, that's clear as the water is. The actual tunnel is a complete circle. And you can see the boat coming down on the far side. We're just going to wait here for a second while we wait for this boat just to turn into here, and then we'll make our way back. Where have you come from?
Doncaster.
Oh well. No school for you today then?
What's another good cave to visit? We're planning on doing one more.
Depends what you like with steps. Blue John's a good one.
You're not allowed to video in there.
Aren't you?
No.
Tree Cliff.
They said you can't video the whole thing, so we're not going there. Is there another one? Is there?
The other one is Speedwell Cavern, which is our sister cave, which is down in the village. That's a big open cave.
Don't we do a multi-ticket where you can go both?
We used to
You don't
before
do it?
COVID. We don't do it anymore because we're not allowed only so many people on the boat, whereas before we could have 21 people on here.
So you got to pay
So-
the price for both.
So it just have to do the same each individual. I didn't know you could not video in Blue John.
Yeah, I rang them all up.
So yeah, Peak Cavern will be the only one that you can do. Never a problem.
Anything else in this area that worth visiting? The castle, is that any good?
I don't know if the castle's open because they were doing a lot of work on the keep around the outside of it. A good place to go, it's outside, but it's more interesting for him, is the reservoir.
What,
to do with dams.
What, the Ladyboat reservoir?
Yeah, because you know the history behind that.
No.
That dam there, when the dam busted, did them in the Second World War, where they did the bouncing bomb. That's actually the dam that you can see along the fort across the lake. That's actually where they did the practice runs before they actually went over to Germany to do it.
Is it?
Yeah. And that's why it's called the Dam Busters Dam, because that's where they did it. And it's actually quite good to see.
Yeah, I might go there. I think it's on way back anyway.
Yeah, and it's good weather, so you get some good shots.
We shouldn't be in there for very long, just like nearly go past.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. You will be glad to know that this guy is really well known down in these parts.
Right.
This is his first day back since the incident. I'm not allowed to tell you what we suspended. I'm not allowed to tell you what he was suspended him for, but I'm sure he'll tell you in his own good time. For those of you who are feeling a little bit cold and feeling like you could all go to sleep, don't worry, you've got 106 stairs to climb back up in a minute. You'll be nice and warm when you get to the top. When the miners were working down here, the very first vein of lead the miners ever found down here is just where I'm going to stop outside for a second. This was actually called the Little Winster vein, little Winston was just a 7-year-old boy who they put in there to work because it is very, very small. He actually worked in this hole here from when he was 7 until he actually passed away in here age 15. Can I look in there? And that was the very first vein of lead that the miners ever discovered in all the time when they were down here. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've learnt a little bit. It's not often I come down on a tour where you're all really quiet and no one's wanting to throw themselves off, but I've enjoyed your company. So on behalf of Speedwell, myself and Nigel, thank you very much for coming and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Just get ready to watch your heads please as we just go through the last bit.
What's the parking like for the peak cavern? Is it
You
easy?
can use the same car park ticket as you've got on the one.
Oh, so I don't have to pay twice?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. What, has it got their own car park in front of the building, have they?
Yeah, well, you go down to the bottom of the hill, about 200 yards on your right hand side you'll see it says the Devil's Horse car park. Park in there, then you walk through the gate at the back and that'll take you up that little lane up to the entrance to the cave.
Thank you.
Watch your heads now please.
And that's the end of the boat tour. I hope you liked it.
Thank you very much folks. Enjoy your day.
Well, does it go the other way out?
That's where the fan just blows all the cold air from.
Time to walk back up the steps.
Put your foot onto the bed. Go first.
It were quicker going up than going down. This is the gift shop. I got a rubber.
Yeah, I will do. I've got the car.
Thank you.
That's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Don't forget to subscribe, please.